Being of sound mind and in the presence of witnesses, I hereby bequeath my estate as follows. To my nephew, Ralph, the most bone-idle, lentitudinous toad I've ever had the painful displeasure to know. I leave my yacht, the one I used to play with in the bar.
Today we're talking about something that may not sound exciting at first, estate planning and elder law, but stick with us because if you're a realtor, investor, homeowner, or honestly just a human with family members, this really matters.
Right. And this is one of those topics people ignore until they absolutely cannot ignore it anymore.
Yeah, you may think I don't work probate deals, but the truth is these situations show up in real estate whether you plan for them or not.
And if there's one thing we know about real estate, Stacy, it's just when you think it's going to be a simple transaction, somebody says the word trust or estate, power of attorney, or my cousin's signing for my aunt, and suddenly everybody needs to slow down.
And listen, we love a family helper, but we also love knowing who actually has legal authority to sign.
Welcome to Hoosier Homes and Hustles. I'm Jessica Williams.
And I'm Stacy Preston. So Jessica, let's get started. Why does this topic matter for realtors?
Well, as realtors, we are often entering people's lives during major transitions. Whether that's death, illness, aging parents, downsizing, divorce, inheritance, or other family changes.
When a property is part of an estate or trust, the question is not just who wants to sell the house. The question is actually who has the legal authority to sell the house.
Yeah, and that distinction matters because the wrong signature can delay a closing or create title issues or completely derail a transaction.
And realtors are not giving legal advice, but we do need enough awareness to know when to ask better questions and when to bring in the right professionals.
Right. This is the part where we remind everyone Google University does not issue law degrees.
Exactly.
So let's paint a picture of some situations agents may recognize.
Okay, so first off, an adult child calls and says, my mom has moved into assisted living and I need to sell her house. Sounds simple, right? But can they sign? Is there power of attorney? Is mom still legally able to make decisions? Is the property in a trust?
A parent passes away and now there are four siblings involved. One sibling's the loudest, one lives out of state, one does not agree with anything, and one thinks Zillow is the final authority on pricing. That transaction is not just about selling a house, it's about authority, communication, expectations, and documentation.
And that transaction's the one that says we need 72 hours to get signatures.
Yes.
So, how about this scenario? The seller says the house is in a trust. Great. Who's the trustee? Are they the right person to sign? Are there multiple people to sign? And does the title company have what they need?
And then we have a probate surprise. You'll get all the way into the transaction, then find out that the estate has not been opened, or the person signing does not actually have authority yet. That's when your closing timeline starts looking less like a calendar date and more like a suggestion.
Yeah, that closing is not happening anytime soon. So, this is exactly why we're hosting our August learning event, ABCs of Estate Planning.
And this event is intended to give realtors a foundational understanding of real estate planning, documents, and what we need to be aware of when working with estates, trusts, probate situations like with aging clients or even family members helping with real estate decisions.
For realtors, this is not about becoming the expert in estate law. It's about becoming more prepared for your clients.
All right, so some of the things you might take away from this.
So, first, we'll learn who may have authority to sign real estate documents in certain estate or trust situations. We'll also talk about what documents may come up during these transactions and why a power of attorney, trust, will, or estate document does not always mean what people think it means.
And also when to slow down and involve the title company, attorney, or other professional. How to avoid assuming that the person talking the most is the person legally allowed to make decisions. How estate planning affects real estate before and after someone passes away, and why this knowledge can help protect your clients, your transaction, and your reputation.
So, even if you've never worked in a estate or trust transaction before, you probably will at some point in your real estate journey.
And even if you never sell a probate property, this topic may still affect your own family.
Yep. Estate planning is for anyone who cares about making things easier, clearer, and less stressful for the people they care about.
Nobody wants to talk about this stuff at the family cookout, but somebody
No.
probably should.
Definitely not the most fun topic. I think a lot of people just like to avoid it. So we know estate planning does not sound as exciting as lead generation, investment properties, or getting a listing under contract.
But it is one of the topics that feels boring until you are in the middle of a transaction and realize you really need to understand it.
Yeah. So this event is meant to make the topic understandable, useful, and applicable to what we actually do in real estate, which is helping our clients.
So, Stacy, then who should attend?
This event is for realtors who have worked with estate, probate, or trust transactions before and want to feel more confident. It's for agents who have not dealt with these situations yet but want to be prepared before one lands in their lap. And it's for realtors who work with downsizers, investors, inherited properties, family owned homes, or longtime homeowners. Honestly, it's for any real estate professional who wants to serve their clients with more care and competence.
So I will say we are not attorneys since
Nope.
this is since this event is about education, awareness, and knowing when to bring the right professionals into the conversations. We've partnered with Jenny from Indiana Estate Elder Law to present. Part of being a strong realtor is knowing what you know, knowing what you don't know, and knowing who needs to be at the table.
So, if you're a realtor in Central Indiana, we would love to have you join us in August for ABCs of Estate Planning. You'll walk away with stronger foundational understanding of common estate planning documents, how these may affect real estate transactions, and what questions you should be thinking through when working with estates and trusts. Come learn with us, ask questions, and get comfortable with a topic that most people avoid until they have no choice.
Real estate is not just about houses, it's about people, families, transitions, and sometimes very complicated paperwork. The more we understand the life circumstances surrounding a property, the better we can serve the people attached to it. So we look forward to you joining us in August for ABCs of Estate Planning. And let's make this dry topic a little less intimidating and a lot more useful.
Let's hustle smarter
Together.